We're at the Bobby DeBarge premiere for TV One, and we're standing with the director, Russ Parr. How are you doing today?
I am just fabulous, excited.
Yeah, so in this story, we basically get into the story of the DeBarges. Why is that story so important to tell compared to like the Jackson story? We have Ray.
Well, I think one of the big things is that Bobby DeBarge didn't get an opportunity to reach his full potential. You know, there's a lot of people know about the DeBarges, they know about Elle, but the one person that, and they will tell you, the most talented in the family was Bobby. And Bobby, I felt, was responsible for the sound of that family, you know, that falsetto sound, you know, and that's hard to do. But one of the things that kind of really drew me to the project was the fact that, you know, how you see people and they're always smiling and you think, oh, they're happy, what a great life. But you don't realize underneath that mask there's a lot of pain, you know, and this kind of captures the his childhood, and we're all products of our childhood, and he went through a lot, you know, and unfortunately he's not here to be able to see this. It's really tough to tell his story in 90 minutes, you know, it really is. It's really not fair because there was so much more to him.
Exactly. Now you mentioned the pain behind the mask. We have, like I said, we've compared it to the legends of like Ali and Ray, where we actually can see the person really personified on camera. Now in this film, do we actually go there, or is there? Are we holding back? Do you go full-fledged into the emotions?
You're gonna watch someone self-medicate in order to endure that pain. You will watch a range of the Rashawn Fagan, who played the lead, Bobby. You'll watch him go from angry to fun to angry to totally out of it. And this guy did the layers that took to bring this character to fruition. We don't hold back on that pain. I don't believe in really showing everything. I like to imply stuff and let the audience use their imagination and their minds as to, okay, I know what's going on here. It's not necessary to do that. You can still do stuff tastefully, and I think that we accomplished that.
Well, I'm so excited. Right now we're in the Me Too generation, and we're also very much into mental health now. We have Oprah doing the documentary with the Prince. So how important do you think this film is to the culture?
I think it's very important because our culture has been one of, for so many years, like, what happens in this house stays in this house. You know, don't tell that Uncle Bobby touched you or Uncle Steven or whoever. We can't continue to think that we're this strong group of warriors. We come from slaves and we don't need any counseling. I think if Bobby had the opportunity to receive counseling, you know, who knows where he would have gone from here. He'd still be making music. But to me, it's like, I hope this film gives a voice to the voiceless. Because, you know, we've gone all over the country, you know, screening this movie. I've had at least 12 people come up to me and said, I was molested as a child. And I'm glad you did this because it's given me new strength to be able to tell somebody. I said, well, you just told your first person, you know, now it's time to go tell the family, you know, and that's what we got from this, and I'm very proud of that.
So what's next? We're on the brink of such great movies like the Bobby DeBarge Story, and we have, you know, Ava with her story, where when they see us, where you can actually have content that actually moves people. What's next for you as a director?
Hey, Greg, come here. Greg Mack and I. Greg Mack is from 1580 K-Day back in the day, and step around here, Greg. We're producing a film called K-Day. And K-Day deals with...
How you doing, Greg?
This is Greg. How are you? Greg Mack was the innovator. He was the guy, the brains behind saying, hey, in Los Angeles, we're going to do a 24/7 hip-hop radio station back in the 80s, where they were talking, late 80s, mid 80s, where they were talking about how hip-hop was just a fad and wasn't going to work. So we created this script that's going to touch on it. It's going to, some people say, well, it's in the same era as Snowfall, but what we're trying to do is we're going to try to take this serious because we think it's a very powerful story about the little engine that could, right?
There you go. I mean, back then everybody was telling us we were crazy, and we were.
Yeah.
If you listen to our show, no, you were too. He didn't tell you. What a lot of people don't know is this is Bobby Jimmy.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the rapper Bobby Jimmy?
Never heard of
Bobby Jimmy.
Yeah.
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 And
but what the deal is that what we're trying to do with this is tell the story of what happened with this radio station, because it was a beacon of light during a very tumultuous time where you had Chief Daryl Gates choking people out in the streets, killing black people. We had high gang violence. I mean, Greg would go into like a Crip club one night, and the next night you'd be in a blood club.
Right. Well,
He's nuts.
We wanted everybody to know we were down with everybody. You know, we weren't trying to be down with any particular group. And then we had one white club to the white people that wouldn't go to none of the clubs. So
right. No,
we'll all be coming out of the movie.
He is way ahead of his time, and it's a very powerful. It's a very powerful drama, and hopefully you'll be seeing that real soon.
Yeah, well, this is great. This is great for the culture. You know, pretty much a lot of things that have been done behind the scenes are now coming to the front. With the, like I said earlier, with the Me Too movement. So I look forward to everything that you guys have coming up forward. And thank you so much.
And I want to tell you, you asked some very, very good questions.
Thank you so much.
Very good. You're good at